This is Capital Games, I am The Wiz, and this is the weekly dividend for Friday, May 26, 2023. In terms of news, this wasn't a big news cycle, but there are some key things that happened throughout the week that we'll go over, and some other miscellaneous things. But first, I want to talk about what I'm going to be playing right now, which is Arcade Paradise. Now, I gotta tell you, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. It's been a blast playing it. I'm probably going to continue playing this after I'm done covering it. Everything that I've talked about it throughout the week has all been true. The time management aspect is fun. All the games that you get to play in is fun. It is just a great time. However, I do have one problem, and I'm going to show it right now. Oh. Well, let me back out of this. Okay. My main problem that I have, it's only one problem. Other than that, I really like the game. The one problem I have with this is the DLC structure. The way the DLC is run right now is when you get the game and you want to purchase DLC for it, the DLC is actually extra cabinets. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, that's not so bad. Well, here's the thing, okay? Part of the fun of the game is not only running the shop, but getting those cabinets up. But if you now are... Oh. But if you are now having to spend money on getting new cabinets, I think that is not a great way to do that, for that in the business model in there. Because the only time that you're going to be getting those cabinets at this point is either when you beat the game. There you go. When you beat the game, and you have all this space. Nope, gotta clean up the trash. So you're gonna need a lot of space. So technically, when you get those cabinets, it's probably gonna be at the end of the game at that point. So with that, it's kind of hard for me to want to buy those DLC cabinets, when really the only best time to actually get them will be when I complete the game as is. My suggestion would have been, if you were going to have DLC for this game, which, fine, I would have done skins for the back room, or for the arcade. I'll show you. So this is what the back room looks like right now. Now, if they wanted to give you skins for the wallpaper, the carpet, and have themes along those lines, I think I would rather have bought that instead of buying new cabinets. But again, I guess I kind of see the point of doing it that way, because in that instance, you can then the thing that makes the game, I guess, the most fun would be the ones that people want to buy those DLC for. Me, I would have went for skins, because I would like to have a little more diversity in what the back room and the arcade looks like. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. Maybe you disagree. I just think it would have been better to leave the DLC to cosmetics than to actual game cabinets. The DLC is not bad. It's like $2 for each cabinet. I think a few of them are $3. So that's not too bad. But then you're really hoping that people are going to keep playing the game after they've completed it, which often isn't the case. Once they complete a game, they're done with it, they move on. So we will see how that is. I more than likely will not get any of the DLC. I just think... I like the game a lot. Spectacular! Yes, I like the game a lot, but I still don't see myself being compelled to purchase the DLC the way that it is. I'm not saying not to have DLC, but I think making the cabinets would have been great free DLC, and then have the looks of the arcade and the office being something else in that. That's my opinion on that end as well. But other than that, with this game's fantastic. I like this game a lot. And even though I'm going to go to another game next week, I am probably going to play this more as time goes on. I wonder if the toilet's okay. toilets clean. Oh, gum. That was a pain in the ass. Okay, let me check my goals. Okay. Beat 10 enemies in Woodgal. Leave before 4 p.m. That ain't happening. And collect 100 pickups in Space Race Simulator. Okay. That's actually kind of doable. Let me get the stuff in the dryer first before I do that. While we wait, perfect game to do this. Let's get us started with what is happening, what's happened this week. And here are the top stories. The first one that I want to get into, got to start to wash. And I touched on it yesterday on the Gaming News Roundup, is that Microsoft has officially filed their appeal to the CMA for the CMA's decision on the buyout for Activision Blizzard. Now, the board that does the appeal has posted the statement from Microsoft as to what they believe are the reasons as to why this was not a good decision. And once I put the wash into the dryer, I will get to it now. Okay, so here are the 5 points that they came across, okay? First filing point for Microsoft. The CMA made errors in assessing Microsoft's position in cloud gaming services by failing to take account of the constraints from native gaming. So what that basically means is the CMA seems to put a great importance into cloud gaming, when in reality, gamers would prefer to play their games natively instead of the cloud. Something that we've talked about on here as well, and I think a lot of people have also talked about when the CMA made their decision, was that for cloud gaming to be anywhere near as popular as gaming is right now, it would need to get a lot better when it comes to latency and the way the game runs. And until that point in time happens, cloud gaming isn't going to be that big. And yes, Sony has also said they're probably going to get into cloud gaming too. But cloud gaming, and I've tried some games on the cloud, and it's not bad. But would I play a game like this, or MLB, or any kind of game really that requires some reflexes on cloud? No, I would not. I would play it all natively. So until that point when you can play those games in the cloud and there's next to no latency, cloud gaming is not going to be that big of a thing. Let's see how far I go here. All right. So that's the first point from Microsoft, and that's a good point too that they put across. That's why I found it kind of confusing, the reasons why the CMA took it back. Like, I thought it was probably going to be a boilerplate thing if they would have too much of a stranglehold in the market, but when it came to like cloud gaming, I was like, what? That was weird. Oh boy. You can probably tell I was never good at Outrun. And... oh boy, dryer's up. I got about another 8 seconds. Oh, there's more. Yes, I know, I gotta dry. Yes. I guess I'm losing money on those. I'm still going. Ooh, it changed colors. Nice. I get it. I get it. They're dry. But I got a game to play. Yeah, see, that's the other thing about this game that's interesting. The time management aspects of this. Okay, well... let me level up my car. To-do item complete. What do we got? 3. Yeah, we'll do that, and that's it. Let me go do the wash and the dry. B's not bad. You definitely want an S, but if that was going to take time in that game I was playing... yeah, another B. That kind of sucks. And I'm guessing, yep, you're done too. Maybe I can get an A on this one. S, nice. All right. Start that up. And there we go. Okay, let's get into the next point that Microsoft was pointing out on their appeal from the CMA's decision. The CMA failed to take account of 3 long-term commercial agreements Microsoft has entered into with cloud gaming providers. This is also true, and this is probably because... Uh-oh, what's that? WC is blocked. Uh-oh. Come on now. There we go. Alright, toilet's clean. So yeah, I believe Microsoft did these deals to pretty much assuage the fears that the CMA had in regards to this buyout, since they were, I guess, honing in on cloud gaming. And I would say that probably would take care of that if they were doing these 10-year deals. So I think that's a fair point on Microsoft's end. I don't know if that's really going to do anything in regards to the appeal, but these are good points. I just don't think it's a good enough point when it came to that. So the next term that they showed off too, the CMA's claim that Activision would have likely made its games available on cloud services without the merger was irrational and arrived at a procedurally unfair manner. Yeah, I mean, Activision's business model when it came to mobile gaming specifically, because let's face it, when you have cloud gaming, you're looking at mobile spaces. That their mentality was basically, we're going to make native games out of the... Alright, so let's go to Wood Gal here. Yeah, so we're going to make native games into mobile ports. We're not going to do cloud. That's why there was things like Call of Duty Mobile. There was, they have, another example would be, Diablo Immortal. Something like that. Like, I actually get that to a certain extent. As to whether it was unfair, I don't know about that. But I guess in, Microsoft's case, it kind of felt unfair. Okay, defeated one guy. Thanks, brah. I love that. Okay, next point that they had, the CMA claimed that Microsoft would have the ability and incentive to foreclose rival cloud gaming services by withholding access to games was unlawful. I mean, in this case, what Microsoft is saying is by essentially doing what the CMA just did, they themselves have closed off the potential of, I guess the potential of rivals for anybody other than the company that actually does that. Which, okay, sure, that is a way of thinking about it. I don't think that's going to hold much water, to be fair. Oh. So yeah, I think that's kind of a fairly weak point, but we'll look at that as time goes on. I think the dryer is done, so let's look at that. All right. Oh, that wasn't that long. Yeah, that's another problem I kind of have with this. I'm not even sure what the rating is for. I'm assuming speed, but there are times where I think I've got them at a decent clip and I get a C. It might be the length of time it took for me to actually get to the basket, too. So. That's in use. What dinged? Okay. Let's get to the next point that Microsoft had, which is overall the CMA's decision was a breach of its common law of duty of fairness and its own remedies guidance. Basically saying you broke your own rules on this one. And I'm not very adept as to the CMA and what their guidelines are, so I don't know about that. But that's usually a common tactic that that a lot of appeals process uses on that end. Oh, well, actually, they weren't given a fair shake because you broke the rules anyway, so how are we going to get a fair shake when you're not even treating the law fairly? That's a common tactic, usually, in any kind of appeals process. So that could work, could not work. I'm not entirely sure on that end. So the points that they have are relatively decent, I would say. I mean, they're understandable. They have a good point to them. Whether that works, we don't know yet. And in a lot of places and journalists who are familiar with how the CMA and this process runs says it is really difficult to actually get them to appeal. But Microsoft seems to think they have the capability to do so. So we will see. We won't know for another 9 months at minimum. So yeah, it will take about around 9 months for them to have some sort of decision. So we're going to be waiting on this a while. So we're going to hear more about this. And we also still have the FTC, who has to make a decision as well. Or not just make a decision. They are filing a lawsuit to block it. So we will see how that turns out. I would guess if the FTC has a problem and they win their lawsuit, it's over. I can see Microsoft saying, we're going to do it anyway, but I guess we'll just have to do things differently in the UK. But if the FTC then says, actually, we're not cool with it either, and they win, I think this might actually just blow up. So we will have to see what happens there. And the only reason why I'm doing this puzzle right now is because I want to get one of those. Oh man, I'm gonna eat that money, aren't I? Oh, come on. How much more do you want? Come on, boy. Give me my red star. I'm getting C's on those washes. I know it for a fact. Finally. And the business is closing. I didn't even realize the business was closing. Okay. Those are in use. Laundry's grabbed. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Yeah, so they seem to have strong points in their appeals, but we will see if that actually amounts to anything. Yeah, I saw that coming. Okay, and then we'll move on to the other top story was the PlayStation Showcase that happened on Wednesday. I did a video on it on Wednesday, just reacting to the announcements as they were showing up. And then I did a roundup of it on the roundup on Thursday. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen, too. And my thoughts were, it was an average showing. It was like a C for me. And I think a lot of people actually agree with that assessment. When I got out of it, I thought, like, oh, man, I'm going to be an island in this, and not many people are going to agree. But, yeah, apparently a lot of people felt the same way. It was kind of a mess showing. And it had a lot to do with the fact that there wasn't much first party involved with Sony on this. They didn't have much to show on that end. Which, on the one hand, like, or what they did show, I think, is going to be mostly live services and not going to be available till probably next year. Can I get to that sign? Yes. All right. Yeah, so again, like, it was a C showing for me, and it seems like a lot of people seem to agree with that assessment too. And then when it started coming out that a lot of that what was shown that was interesting to a lot of people, except for like Spider-Man, are actually multi-platform, that kind of didn't do so hot with a lot of people too. And on the one hand, like, the one thing, if you could look at it with me and go, are these games that I would want to play in the future? Yes, absolutely. And in that case, it did fine. But if you look at it in other aspects, whereas, is this going to show that Sony is going to have a big year this year? Not really. It could be kind of a weak year, but then you would have to rely on Microsoft to then have a spectacular year to make you think things interesting, which I don't see that happening. So, yeah, some people are excited for this year, think it might be one of the best gaming years of the year, and actually so far, it's been really good. I mean, we have Tears of the Kingdom, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Like, a lot of those have been getting great reviews and a lot of fanfare. But then we might be looking at a very weak end of the year, with maybe the exception of Spider-Man 2. So that might be... Uh-oh. I guess I'm not getting that wash, huh? Alright, let me get out of here. Before I pass out on the floor or something. So yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all I can... With the PlayStation Showcase, it was fine. But in the end, I just... it didn't really wow me in that end. So that's all I can say about that. Alright, so let's get to the stories of the week that I did not cover throughout the past couple days. Okay. First off, Take-Two says that GTA 6 needs to be something never before seen and familiar. Okay. I mean, I get what they're trying to say. That they want a game that is going to surprise everybody with things that they have never played before. But then to add both never before seen and familiar was kind of like, those are two very different things, right? So, yeah. Let's pick up the trash. Alright. Oh, bag full. So yeah, that is, that was an interesting quote when I saw Strauss Zelnick say that. I was like, wait, what? But at least they understand the expectations for GTA 6. That people are going to be expecting a lot from this game. So, on the one hand, I hear that quote and like, that's fucking silly. It's like, what are you talking about? You can't have both. But on the other hand, at least they seem to recognize that this is a game that people are really looking forward to and really have high expectations with. And it's going to be interesting to see how GTA 6 turns out now that the Housers are no longer there. Because I think the Housers left about 5 or 6 years ago, I think. Do I have any more trash? I have to check the arcade real quick. 2 socks. There we go. Another sock. Toilet's clean. I don't want to play that. Okay. I think we got that all done. Oh, wait. Missed one. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. You know what? I'm just realizing something. I might not be able to use this because of DMCA. Sorry, guys. Okay, next story. This is sad. Sega lays off 121 in restructuring focus at company of Heroes 3 developer Relic. This often happens when a game is released or when a game doesn't do well. They start restructuring. They start laying off people that they don't need. This is very common in the games industry. So this is not that much of a surprise, but 121, that's a lot. I don't know exactly how big Relic is, but that's a lot of people that they're gonna lose jobs on there, which is sad. It sucks they have to report that, but again, this is kind of common. I'm not sure what the sales on Company Heroes 3 has been. I gotta be honest, I kind of forgot it released. I know it just released a console version last month. I think it was last month. Okay. More that's... let's do this. There we go. So I hope the people that lost their jobs are able to find new ones. Unfortunately, that is just a common thing in this business. So, as sad as that is, it's not entirely unexpected. Let's move on to the next story while I'm playing video air hockey. Okay, here's an interesting one. Alan Wake 2 was announced at the PlayStation Showcase. People seem to like what they have seen. I think that Remedy did a Q&A of some sort on their website, and in the Q&A it was announced that Alan Wake 2 is not having a physical release. It will be digital only. I think they cite the reasons for that being they want to make the game as cheap for people as possible, and a lot of people buy games digitally now, so they don't feel the need to actually have it physical. I mean, unfortunately, yeah, that's true. Not a lot of people do physical anymore. A lot more people play games digitally and buy them there. I know that there's a lot of people who prefer to have the physical versions. I am one of them to a certain extent. I get that. But really, the only reason why I want them physical is because usually I can get them cheaper physically. Like, I am not someone who is dead set on having everything physical. If I can get it cheap enough to where I feel okay buying it digitally, I'll do it there. But if I can get a good price physically, I'll do it there either. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. But I know I'm few and far between. And what I think gamers also has to realize as well in this is that a lot of people only buy 1 or 2 games a year, and oftentimes the best way to buy them is digitally. Because once you're interested in the game, boom, you download it, you bought it, you're done. You don't have to go to GameStop or Target or Walmart to actually go and buy the games. You can just get on the system, click a button, buy it, and you're set. And that convenience really matters. And especially with how disposable games have been. Play this again. There we go. Now, another point I want to get across with the digital-only release right now. It is not within the realm of possibility that when they originally released the game, yes, it will probably be only digital. But don't be surprised in like a year or so, where if limited run games or another boutique label like that does these physical releases, then turns around and does the deal with Remedy and say, hey, we'll release it physically. And then, you know, the people who bought it already bought it digitally, but they really want the physical version. You can buy it for another 80 or 90 bucks. So I can see that definitely happening, but you're definitely going to, if you want to play the game, you're definitely going to have to buy it digitally on there. I am not entirely surprised this has happened. I am kind of surprised it hasn't happened already. But, yeah, I think depending on if Alan Wake 2 does well or not, despite it being digital only, like, if this does really well, despite it being digital only, it's easy to see this becoming more of a trend, where the bigger games, okay, you don't like it being 70 or 80 bucks. Okay, just buy the digital version. There, we'll just make it digital, it'll be cheaper, and that's it. Right? Sounds good, right? I could see a lot of companies turning around and doing that to a certain extent. So, that's got about 10 seconds. I want something that's out of the washer. Let's get the wash. Okay. All right. And while I'm getting the clothes, let's go to the next one. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 comes with Metal Gear 1 and 2 Solid Snake. Yeah, so when this was announced, it was announced on the PlayStation Store or the PlayStation Showcase after the reveal of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which okay. That Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 are coming to current consoles, which, great, you know? They aren't doing any kind of updating to it. It's basically going to be what the collection was in the PS3 and 360. Now the announcement also... Wait, what am I doing? I don't need to do this right now. Now, what they also have announced is that with that, Metal Gear 1 and 2 are going to be part of that collection too, which is great. I mean, that was the Metal Gear Solid collection on those set of systems. My question now is going to be, since this is Volume 1, What's Volume 2? I'm going to bet Volume 2 is... well, here's what I'm hoping. That Volume 2 is all the portable games. That would be Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2, Portable Ops 1, and... oh, God, what was that other one? That Monster Hunter-like one. Something Walker. Shit. There was another one for the PSP that felt... I think it was structured like a Monster Hunter. It was actually pretty good. It was something Walker. I'm gonna scream because I can't remember the name. My hope is that the Volume 2 is going to be all the portable ones. Which, if that's the case, then those are probably going to be much more well anticipated than the remake of Snake Eater. Because I don't know about you guys, and I know some commentators have said this. If Kojima's not involved, I don't know about this. Like, we don't even know who's involved with this remake. So, I'm a little apprehensive with this. Now, could they turn around and announce, oh yeah, we got Kojima involved, you know? We had a deal. They could, but last I remember hearing is that Kojima does not want to deal with Konami anymore, and for, good fucking reasons. Okay. Oh boy. I guess that wash is not going to get done. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm going to look forward to the Master Collection. I kind of wasn't going to, but if the price is good, I would like to pick it up, but I'm not spending another $70 on the same games. That I will be like, nah, I don't know about that. Like, if they're priced at like $40, I would say that's a good deal. Okay. Okay, let's get that stuff done. I am probably going to make no money on those, but oh well. Oh! See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I was sure that was going to be a C, but I'm now not sure what constitutes as what is an S, A, B, or C ranking of Wash. I thought it was, like I still am not sure. 'Cause it should feel like I should have gotten a C on those, but I'm not complaining. But I would like a little bit of consistency on this. Let's put that up. All right. And they have to play 5 minutes of this. Doo-doo-doo. I like the music in this game. Okay, next up. Alone in the Dark stars David Harbour and Jodie Comer, and it's out in October. Okay, so I'm not a fan of survival horror games. I'm not a fan of horror anything, to be absolutely honest. So I'm likely not gonna pick up Alone in the Dark. However, I mean, I do watch a lot of movies, and I have opinions on actors and movies and TV shows. And I will say that the few things I've seen Jodie Comer in, one was Free Guy, and another one was The Last Duel. She was very good in The Last Duel. So, with that, I would expect her performance to be pretty damn good in that. Now, who I'm not a fan of is David Harbour. Of course, people seem to really like Stranger Things. I'm not really interested in that. I watched one episode, and I was like, whatever. So I never gave that more of a shot. But everything else I've seen David Harbour in, like the Hellboy remake, Black Widow, I was like, oh, this guy sucks. I can't stand him. But that might just be his movies, so maybe he ends up good in this. Apparently, he's a video game fan, so he will likely take this, I guess, seriously. But I like Jodie Comer. Like, she's actually very good. Like, again, she was really good in The Last Duel. So, if you haven't seen The Last Duel, it was by Ridley Scott. It stars Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Ben Affleck, and Jodie Comer. It was a really good movie. I actually really liked it. A little on the nose on some things, but it was actually a good movie. I enjoyed it. Okay, on to the next story. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake is still in the early stages of development. The game was delayed shortly after its reveal trailer got negative feedback. It has also switched developers during this time to Ubisoft Montreal, who developed the original game. Yeah, you know, I'm actually a big fan of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. But I wasn't asking for a remake. Like, I was kind of fine with the game as is. I mean, I'll take a remake if it's really good, but honestly, it wasn't something I was like, oh, you know what should be remade? The Sands of Time. Like, no, I really was not. Like, I was actually perfectly fine with the way Sands of Time was, and it's still playable to this day, too. I have it on Xbox, and I could still play it, and still plays really well. See, I would really like to know why I get a C on that. But, oh, it's getting dark. Oh, yeah, it's closing time. I know who would likely take me home. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, I won't sing again. Okay, let's clean the hoppers. Okay. One, two, and three. Okay. I should probably either buy another cabinet or look for something else. In use, okay. While we're waiting on that, yeah, again, like, I don't even know why they remade this, but for this game to be in such development hell, either they were trying to reinvent it, or they are just in a bad case. This is really bad if this is being delayed, but unless they are doing something wildly different with the formula, there really isn't a reason why this should be taking so long. But we'll see when that happens, when that comes out. So don't expect this to be at the Ubisoft Forward event next month, is what I will say on that. Next one, Lord of the Rings Gollum developer Daedalic deeply regrets delivering underwhelming game. Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of these, I deeply regret releasing such a game in such a shitty state. We are sorry we disappointed the fans. How about just make the game good? Like, I get to a certain extent, like, some games are just gonna be dogs. I get that, but, Great. So I get that some games are just going to be dogs. They're just not going to end up well and all that. But this whole hand-wringing of, we deeply regret, we disappointed, we're like, oh, fuck off with that. Like if it's bad, it's bad. But you know what you should have done? Maybe not charge $70 for the stupid game. Maybe that's what you shouldn't have done. Maybe you should have said, oh, we're gonna cut the price to X. Like, at that point, I would have been like, that would have been, like, a better idea. But you still charged $70 for it, did you? If you really regret it, and you're really sorry about it, refund the people who bought it. But you're not going to do that, are you? Yeah, I really hate the hand-wringing, this, oh, we feel so sorry about doing X, Y, Z. Like, oh, that's utter bullshit. God, God, I hate when developers do this, especially when they make a shitty game. Like, if the game is not in good shape, then I understand, but... Yeah. Collecting trash. Oh, there's another one. I think that has to be thrown out. Alright. Okay. So yeah, I hate these mealy-mouthed apologies. These are so stupid. Like, just make the game good, delay it, or whatever. Like, I get there's a business side to everything where they had to release a bad game to recoup their costs. But this feeling of this talk of, oh, we apologize that the game is no good shortly after they got the most sales that they could out of it. Yeah, alright. I bet you are sorry, assholes. like, I'm sorry. I feel bad for the people who developed it and it turned out to not be a great game, but this mealy-mouthed apology, oh, we deeply regret. Fuck off. Seriously. Just piss off. Let's see, what do I have on my to-do list? Oh. To the arcade machine layout? Like this? Hold on. Make that $1. I think that's not what this means. Yeah, I don't think this is what this means. I think this is what it means. Let's move this here. Yeah. Okay, that's what it meant. Fine. Whatever. And finally, the last story that we have for this week is that Nintendo of Japan is going to stop refurbishing and fixing old Wii U consoles and accessories pretty soon. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were still doing it, to be honest. I think you all are too. But that's kind of the thing I like about Nintendo. They do take the longest time. They do support their systems a lot longer than the other console manufacturers. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if we found... What? This hasn't happened. This is new, guys. I've never seen something break down. It's a bug. Okay, that's cute. Infestation annihilated. That's cute. I like that. That's so stupid. Okay. But yeah, like Uh-oh. I think we're getting another person coming in. But yeah, in regards to Nintendo continuing to fix their old consoles and accessories, I mean, I don't think the other console manufacturers still fix PS3s and 360s, right? I wouldn't be surprised in another couple of years they stop supporting the Xbox One and the PS4. And the fact that Nintendo continued to support and fix these well after the cycle was complete. Like, remember, the Wii U didn't last very long. So, that says a lot about Nintendo in their end. But they're usually good like this. Now, I wish they would make their Joy-Cons a lot more sturdy, but... can't ask for everything, I guess. I'm going to finish this day, and then that will be it for the stories, and that will probably be it for the weekly dividend this week. So yeah, pretty interesting week. The non-E3 time is coming fast. I think it's next week. I probably should have checked the dates. No, it's the following week. So news will probably be kind of light next week, so we'll come up with things to talk about when that time comes for our gaming news roundups. In regards to Monday's The Wiz Says, when I talked about gaming in the popular culture, I mean, I know that the common thing to hear online is to say, "Oh, we're dominant because we make the most sales," and you know, financially dominant, yes, but like I said in that segment, I got into covering games and writing about games because I thought that this was going to be a very interesting, artistic type of development that gaming was going to get into in the next few years, like in the next 10 to 20 years, and that was in 2001. And honestly, I'm just disappointed. Like, I thought this was going to be a lot better than it turned out to be. And when I review movies, okay, I prefer the more artistic, the more challenging, the more thoughtful movies, aside from, like, you know, like, I don't mind a fun movie every once in a while. But I vastly prefer something that makes me think, feel, and think differently about things. I prefer those types of stories and movies. And I thought that's where gaming was heading. And when it didn't turn out that way, I honestly got disappointed in that. I still love games. I still love playing them. I still love covering it. I like to know what new games are coming out. But I gotta be honest, I'm getting kind of bored with all the new games that are coming out. Like, and that's like another reason why I think I stopped buying new games all the time, is that a lot of them started feeling very samey, like incredibly samey. And this also might be with the fact that I am now 40 years old and I've been gaming since I was 5, so I've got a lot of history with it, and I remember different types of games that were out in the NES era and stuff. So that might be why. But it still feels pretty disappointing to just realize that it seems like the gaming industry just has no ideas. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but for the most part, it seems like the entire business is mainly focused on money. How much money can it make? Well, we don't want to rock the boat because that means less people will buy it. So that in itself is pretty disappointing. I wonder what that does. Oh, nice. And let's buy another arcade cabinet. UFO Assault sounds good. I got more money than that. And Zombat. Let's go crazy. Let's get 2. Alright. Okay, so for next week, I'm going to do things differently when it comes to new releases. Instead of doing a whole episode about new releases every month, I'm going to do the new releases for each week. So every Monday when I do the Gaming News Roundup, I'm going to go over the new releases that are coming out that week. And then I will still do the new game spotlight, which is what new game I think will have the most talk and the people are most interested about. And I will cover that when that comes. I'll talk about the reviews and everything that's going on. So next week is going to be a little bit different. Again, changing things around, seeing what works. Maybe this works. We'll see. How's the toilet? Toilet's good. Oh, gum. There we go. Okay. And then I will come up with another game to play and cover for next week too. I'm debating on a few things. I don't want to say which ones they are, but I think we've got some interesting ones to cover. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm gonna try and stay away from roguelikes. I'm sorry, they're like my number one weakness. So I'm gonna try and not do those. I can't guarantee that. So just a fair warning. All right. And there we go. Those are done. Both are in use. Okay, what do I have to... Okay. Play 3 arcade games. Whatever. I don't like this, but apparently, you know, you just gotta play 3. I'll just play this one to get a little more euros. I wonder if you have to complete it. Probably not, right? But if you guys have a suggestion of a game that I should cover and give my opinion on, leave it in the comments. And oh, did I just win? What just happened? But like I said, if you guys have a suggestion on a game that I should try out and play, leave it on the comments or email at zerowizcast@gmail.com. Tomorrow, me and Kim Shackman are going to review Fantastic Planet, the 70s animated film that won at Cannes that year, directed by René Laloux. It is a weird movie. It's a weird-looking movie, I should say. It's not in itself weird, but the movie itself looks pretty strange. And then me and Zero reviewed Howl's Moving Castle on Tuesday. We're going to review Miami Vice, the Michael Mann film from 2007, next Tuesday. So look forward to that. Me and Kim haven't decided what we're going to watch for next week, so we will find out there. You know, I don't know if you guys can sense how fun this game is. You're probably watching me play this and going, this is effing boring, dude. What are you doing? But I gotta say, if you're into time management games, you're into business games, or things that run businesses, things like that, I think you should give this a shot. This is a lot of fun, and this is usually $20. I've seen it on sale for like 12 or 13 in some places. I really think you should give this a shot. This is a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed my time with it. I do wish the DLC was better. They did the DLC a little bit better. But other than that, like, if you're not going to even deal with the DLC, you don't have to worry about it. I fully recommend playing this game. I mean, look at this engaging gameplay. Look at this. Look at this. Do you know the skill that you need in order to hold A all the time? I'm breaking my controller while doing this, baby. Look at this. Look at how crazy I am. I'm gonna finish this day, and then that is it. Okay. I need to play one more game. Do. Crush the car. There we go. One, two. Uh-oh. Wait, how'd I get busted? What happened? That was weird. Okay. To-do list done. I probably got to work on these goals. There's a boost in this? God, I wish I knew that. How do you boost? Boost with A. Interesting. I didn't even know that. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only way you can learn how to play these games is looking at your PDA and it telling you. Which I think is kind of a design flaw. I should just point that out. Let's clean the hoppers. Hello, buddy. Okay. All right. Okay. And last one. There we go. If you're asking, I don't know the code. I think it's just random. Okay. I think this is going to be another C grade, because that's going to hit it towards closing. Yes, it is. Okay. Let me see if I can get that boost goal real quick.
3, 2, 1, go!
Got it. Okay, good. No, Mr. Simpson, a cat's a living creature. I don't care. Yeah, that's how you know me. Just random Simpsons quotes. There we go. So what getting the goals does is basically makes the game more valuable to customers, so you get more money out of it. And dry. Okay, let me get out of this. Another goal complete. All right. Yeah, you really don't even need to be good at these games, to be completely honest. All you need to do is basically finish those goals. Okay. That's an expensive wash. Okay. Alright, you know what, guys? I'm going to stare at this dry here, and I'm just going to call it. Thank you for watching the weekly dividend this week. Thank you for watching the weekly dividend this week. Tune in next time where I cover the gaming news and the gaming news roundup all week. I am the Wiz. This is Capital Games. Talk to you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to this podcast segment. The Capital Games podcast is done every week, and we post it on all your favorite podcast apps, as well as segments on YouTube. If you want to listen to another segment, you can listen to a new one right there on the screen. We also do a movie podcast called the Capital Games Movie Club. If you'd like, you can go ahead and click on that and see all the movies that we have reviewed from that point. Thank you for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon.